Hello, everyone, and welcome to Group Three's presentation of Cadbury. Members of Group Three are Chad, Ton, Clint, McKay, Wesley, and Zach. Let's jump into the content of this case and discuss the many questions involved. First question as we dig into the details is, would you approve of a bid of $4 billion? At the end of the day, our group decided yes, and that's for many reasons. There are many advantages to gaining Adams, which include high potential to be top company in the confectionery business. By acquiring Adams, they are not going into a market that they do not know, but one that they are very familiar with. If they don't acquire, one of the biggest risks would be that one of their competitors could bid, which could lead to a further decrease in market share. Another item would be long-term financial benefit, as there are many financial benefits associated with this bid, as mentioned in the case. Also includes access to global markets and strategic growth in global markets. Since Cadbury isn't as strong in the U.S., Adams would be a nice addition to that. And finally, synergy and value. Companies are dissimilar in many ways, yes, but they could enhance each other's strengths and cover each other's weaknesses. They aren't competing in the same channel or region. So based on the synergy analysis, there's still a value over the $1.5 billion. And synergy is a very important piece of the puzzle. Next, we get into the strategic fit assessment. So what is our assessment of the strategic fit? First off, they're seeking strong presence. Cadbury isn't doing well. I think we all read from the case compared to their competitors, so it's a great opportunity with Adams. It allows them to bundle a wider variety of products to offer a total solution to retailers and capture a premium price above current prices. Then also they want to utilize Adams' gum market share, that being 21.5% versus 4.4%. Additionally, there's an increased variety. Adams has a strong R&D culture. And then back to synergy, Adams has the front of store model, which has worked well. And then another piece is the more centralized infrastructure. We think that in this acquisition, they can't afford to leave management decentralized because of the loss of leadership that Adams is going to experience. Plus, centralizing management and planning could have some significant economies of scales for them. This leads us next to the synergy plan. So do the synergy plans make it more or less likely that you will support the bid? Which of them do you believe and which one are skeptical? So the plans that we like that are more likely to support the bid, thought about where value, cost, or revenue could be managed with the merger, have unique synergy instead of common synergy. Then we get into foresight. Their foresight definitely supports the theory of asset combination value and will complement current assets. Although these are strong, we do have some skepticism. One of those pieces being the lofty projections in the synergy analysis. A few of those points being, the boosting sales of the sugar-free pellet gum in the U.S., regenerated Hall's brand cough drops, and launching 2 successful brands. And another additional piece, there's no clear leader identified. No one's in mind yet to lead the new division in America. And then the final point, innovation at a faster pace. This is something that's very ambiguous. Love to see it happen, but would want to understand further. This leads us to our acquisition. We would support the acquisition up to the higher range of the projected value to win the bid, and that would be $4.3 billion. The net tax, 13.9 EBITDA, is lower than comparable recent mergers by other food companies, compared to Pepsi 15.6x for Quaker Oats and 15.7x for Nestle paid to acquire Rouse and Purina. At this price, there's still some meat on the bone for Cadbury to capture if their synergy projections can hit or even come close to hitting projections. So that's where our number hits. Finally, what's our recommendation? In the process, we assess the viability of the synergies identified in Case B, and we'll provide a recommendation to the board. So not all of the synergies identified in Case B are viable because of the fact that they do not have adequate leadership within the U.S. to really capitalize on a lot of synergistic strategies proposed. At the end of the day, however, we would recommend to go forward with the acquisition. So in conclusion, if they don't buy Adams, there's a high likelihood a competitor could buy Adams and ended up reducing Cadbury's value. So part of this decision is about limiting competitors' abilities and avoiding the risk of lost market share. Another point, Adams is currently underutilized, as mentioned previously, and the size of the acquisition will be management intensive, requires significant funding. I think that the items mentioned here and in the previous slides significantly outweigh the cons, which is why our group feels that Cadbury should buy Adams.